Hey everyone, Shashank this side. I hope you all are doing well today and safe at home. As you can see on my screen today, we will be going to discuss regarding Amazon FSx, another highly performant file system provided by Amazon Web Services, which is a fully managed service from AWS. So this Amazon FSx is majorly focused on the Windows file server. So it runs Windows based application using fully managed Windows file server. So I have done a demo on EFS, which is Elastic File System, which runs basically the load of your Linux-based systems, and you cannot use EFS with Windows flavor. So in that particular front with the file system, Amazon came with this particular concept on the Windows side as well, which they called it as FSX. So I have jotted down few points regarding FSX, a detailed concept regarding FSX, and I'm going to show you how you can configure FSX and how you can map that particular file server with your Windows system. Okay, so let's go through the points first and I'll show you the practical demo after this. Amazon FSX makes it easy and cost effective. So first of all, it's a very easy configuration to make. Plus, it's very cost effective. And you can run popular file systems within this particular environment which are fully managed by AWS. With Amazon FSx, you can leverage the rich features sets and fast performance. So you are getting better performance as compared to the traditional file system. So FSx provides you a better speed in terms of copy operation from one system to another system. Plus, it's an widely used open source commercially licensed file system while avoiding the time consuming administrative effort such as hardware provisioning, software configuration, patching, and backup. So once you provision your file system, you don't have to worry about to take a backup, to maintain, to make it patch compliant from your side. It has to be taken care by Amazon Web Services because it's fully managed service, right? We are just using that particular configuration and rest of the backend part will be taken care by the maintenance part will be taken care by AWS. It is cost effective, capacity or with high level of reliability, and it is very highly available in nature from the background. We have multiple options. Either we can go with a multi-AZ approach, multiple high availability zones, plus you can go with a single AZ approach. Depends upon the type of requirement that what we have within our particular infrastructure. Okay, so that's basically how Amazon FSx works. You create a configuration within Amazon FSx, which is basically a file system. You create a file system, you map that particular file system with your environment like servers, connect to your file server, and you can run your application. So you can have the backup of your database placed inside this particular file system, or you can have a configuration file which is shared across your environment. You can use this particular file system, which is very fast and performance effective approach from Amazon Web Services for Windows based applications. Okay, so that's basically a mechanism that it works. We have two kind of file system within FSx. One is FSx for Windows file server and one is FSx for Lustre. So the first one, which is FSx for Windows file server, it provides you a fully managed file storage or a service that is accessible over your industry standard protocol, which is SMB, server message block. It built on top of your Windows environment, also delivers a wide range of administrative tasks like data deduplication, end user file restore, plus integration with your Microsoft AD. I'm going to show you all these configuration within the configuration page of FSx. Also, as I said, you can deploy this in a single AZ or multiple AZ depend upon the type of requirement that what we have in our infrastructure. Plus, you can have a fully managed backup. You can configure an scheduled backup for your file system. Plus, there will be an encryption of data at rest and in transit. So that means your data will be secure in your environment. We have two options of storage. One is SSD, one is HDD, and FSx for Windows File Server also offers the lowest cost file storage in cloud for your Windows application and workload. So the major part it is covering over here is the cost, security, automated backup, plus it's fully managed service, so you don't have to worry about the maintenance. Everything has to be done by Amazon Web Services. The second one is FSX for Lustre. It's also a fully managed service that provides a cost-effective high-performance storage for your compute workload. Many workloads like machine learning, HPC, high performance computing, video rendering, financial simulation depend upon your compute instances accessing the same set of data through your high performance shared storage. So that's where the Lustre comes into picture. Powered by Lustre, the world's most popular high performance file system, FSX for Lustre also offers a shared storage with low latency. So latency will be very minimal. I'm not saying it's negligible, but it's minimal, right? Up to hundreds of gigabytes per second is the throughput that you will be going to get, plus you can modify again that as per the requirement. Millions of IOPS. Also it offers multiple deployment types, storage types, throughput, performance level, and optimize and perform better in a higher workload environment. So FSX for Windows based work system, it's one of a recommendable file server that what we have from Amazon Web Services. But again, if I compare this with EFS, although EFS is used for Linux systems, it is quite costly as compared to EFS. EFS is cheaper as compared to FSX. But again, when it comes to Windows environment, you cannot use EFS, and when it comes to Linux environment, you cannot use FSX. So we have a limitation somewhere around, but we are getting a better performance as compared to the traditional S3 storage or EBS storage, or if you want to copy from one system to another system. So FSX will help you, or EFS will help you to generate a good performant system. Again, EFS, I have already done a demo long back on a Linux environment. So if you're not aware of Elastic File System, how to configure it, what is the mechanism, what is the funda behind that particular service, please go through the video first to get a clear understanding on a file system. Okay, so I hope this clears a lot in terms of the concept, what FSX is all about, how the FSX architecture has been designed in background, on which protocol it works, what are the benefits that you will be going to get, what kind of file system that what we have in Amazon Web Services. So let's jump to our AWS Management Console. I'm going to show you how we can configure FSX. Okay, so perfect. I have two system, FSX1, FSX0. I'm going to map with both the file system. I mean one file system with both the server, just to show you, you can map your file system across the availability zones. So you can see this one is deployed in 1A and 1B. Okay, and I have a directory service which was created long back, and today I have updated this a bit. So this is my directory service, both are joined to the same domain, because to make it working you have to use directory service. Perfect. So let's go to AWS Management Console, services. Inside storage we have FSX. Click on FSX. Let me close this. I don't have any file system created, so let's click on create file system. So we have two options, FSX for Windows File Server and for Lustre. I'm going to select Windows File Server, and you can see all the benefits and what are the features that what we have with both the services. It's written over here itself. Click next. Now name the file system. Let's give this as FSX. We have two deployment type, multi-AZ and single AZ. I'm going with single AZ, which is availability zone. We have two, AZ1 and AZ2. This is the newest that was added, so that is something recommended. We have two type of storage, SSD and HDD. I'm going with SSD, better performance. 32 is the minimum, so I'm going with the minimum gigs. Throughput capacity, so we'll be going to get a throughput capacity over here. It's 16 MB per second. So if you increase this, let's say 300, this will be going to update it from here. So you have to do it the first set of configuration based upon how much throughput you require for running your workload. So I'm going with 32, 16 MB, per second. This is my custom VPC. This is open with all the ports, and I have two subnets. Again, this has to be deployed in a private subnet. I don't have a private subnet deployed. I'm just trying to show you the concept of configuration. So please go through that particular scenario to make it more secure in your environment. So I'm going with 1B, AWS manage Microsoft Active Directory or self-manage Microsoft Active Directory. So I'm going with my Active Directory. You can have the encryption key as well. By default, I'm getting the default one from Amazon. You can create your own one. Backup and maintenance. If you want to have a daily backup, you can enable this particular option. I don't want backup because I'm going to delete this one. Preferences, this is the maintenance window preferences, so you can select your time and all those interval. Click next. This is the review screen and click on create file system. So this will be going to take bit of time, like 2 to 5 minutes. Between 2 to 5 minutes it get created and the status will become available. So I'm going to have this video pause. Once this file system gets into available state, I'm going to resume it back and I'll show you how you can map these particular file, these servers, the servers that I have, EC2 instances, to this particular file system. So our file system is finally ready and it's available for use. If you click on the file system, you'll be going to see all the detail what we have selected, like type of storage, storage capacity, throughput, deployment type, in which availability zone we have deployed it, VPC, and we get one DNS name for this file system plus the IP address of it and the directory connect. So the directory ID, not the directory connect, which is Microsoft Manage Active Directory. Okay, now the next step, how you can attach or map this file system to the servers that we have provisioned, like with EC2 instances. So let me show you, these are the two EC2 instances that we have, FSX and FSX02. Let me go to my workspace. I have already logged into both of the instances, 54.165.15.23 and 3.235.98.129. I'll show you the IP address just for the confirmation. This is the first one, 3.235, and this is the second one, which is 54.165. Okay, let's go to FSX. We have an option to attach. Click on attach over here. Now here we have certain option. Within Windows environment, you can use this command. So instead of drive letter, you have to give drive letter like th or whatever the drive letter is there. This is the file share name and slash share. You can use this file share to map with Linux instances as well. From Linux machine, if you want to attach it, so you have to install a util, which is CIFS, and then you can use this particular command to mount to this particular file system. Okay, so let's copy this command. Let me go to one of our instance, open a command prompt, paste it, and I'm going to change the drive letter as T. Okay, T for transfer. Enter. This will ask you for username and password. So the username and password that I'm going to use, because the user that I have logged in is not part of a domain, so I'm going to use the domain admin username and password, which is admin password. The command completed successfully, and here you can see we have the share. Now you can copy your data within this share, and if you want to have this share to be scattered across your environment, like from multiple servers, you want to access this particular location with the same objects or the files, you can do that. How? So first let me copy one of a file or anything within this environment. So do I have something? Okay, let me create a file itself, a text file. Let's see if it's getting reflected or not. Test and I'm going to use welcome. Save it. Perfect. So I'm going to map this file system with the another server, which is 54.165 cmd. Okay, and let's give this as T as well, or you can use different letter. That should be fine. That's server specific. Again, we have to give username and password. Let's go techincloudyway.com/admin and password. Command completed successfully. Let's go to this PC, click, and here we go. Open this file. We have the text.welcome, right? So basically the same file is getting replicated over here. So what you can do, you can use this location as a NAS or a shared location across your multiple servers. So in that case, let's say if you want to host a Windows application, right, and you want to have a common binaries across your all servers, what you can do, you can deploy your binaries over this location and you can map the home directory of your web server to this particular location so that it will be shared across all multiple systems in one way, right? You don't have to copy paste or you don't have to deploy your binaries across 100 system. You can use one system across your 100 EC2 instances. So that's the way of doing deployment of your FSx file server into your AWS account. So if you go to AWS account again to the FSx file system, if you want to enable your backup, what you can do, you can create a backup from here. So go inside file system, or from file system itself we have an option where you can create a backup, create backup, view detail. You can update your storage capacity, you can update your throughput capacity, plus you can delete your file system. So make sure for the demo purpose, whatever you create, just delete that particular environment. Otherwise we'll be get charged for all those acquired resources, which will be in huge number if you enable it for quite some long time. Also with Amazon FSx, the reduced cost is somewhere around 50 to 60% using data deduplication. So that functionality is also there by default with file system FSx within AWS. So I hope this clears a lot in terms of how you can deploy FSx and how you can map that FSx file system with your multiple system, multiple EC2 instances. Plus you can create your own backup as per your requirement, let's say weekly backup or daily backup. That totally depend upon the environment that we are working on. So based upon that we can schedule those particular thing. The maintenance and the rest of the other part has to be taken care by Amazon because this is a fully managed AWS service. So we don't have to worry about maintaining the system. We just have to take care of backing up the system. We have to take care of mapping of the system of this particular FSx environment. So just try it out on your account. If you're facing any issue, place out a comment in comment section and I'll be there to help you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.